Good morning, children. In the last class, we have discussed up till page number 116, that's Quit India movement. So today, let us finish up this chapter, chapter 17. So the next topic, that is Azad Hind Fauj. So as I read out the text, do follow the text, and in between, I'll be asking you to mark down some of the important points. The Indian National Army, or Azad Hind Fauj, was an armed force formed by the Indian nationalists in 1942 in Southeast Asia. Underline that. During the World War II. The aim of the army was to overthrow the British Raj in colonial India with Japanese assistance. Underline that as well. This army played an important role in the freedom movement. Subhash Chandra Bose gave a call, Dilli Chalo, which means march to Delhi. He also told people, give me blood, I'll give you freedom. In January 1944, Azad Hind Fauj entered Assam. Please note down the point. In January 1944, Azad Hind Fauj entered Assam, and very soon it conquered Kohima, Manipur, Vishnupur, Imphal, and other places. On 18 August 1945, so Netaji Subhas flew to an unknown destination and never returned back. Alright, so the main points. Number one, the so-called Indian National Army, or Azad Hind Fauj, it was formed by the nationalist Subhash Chandra Bose in the year 1942 when the World War II was going on. Next, the main aim, the main objective of forming this particular army, or Azad Hind Fauj, was so that they can overthrow the British Raj uh, during the colonial rules when we were under the British rule, and with the help of Japanese. This Azad Hind Fauj also played a very important role during the freedom movement. It was not only that the other leaders, because of them we got freedom, it was also because, in fact, there is a, I forgot, I believe it's Lord Mountbatten, the last viceroy of British India. There's a book where he himself stated that it was because of Subhash Chandra Bose and Azad Hind Fauj that the British had to leave India. Subhash Chandra Bose gave a call that Dilli Chalo, which means let us march to Delhi, and he also said that you give me blood, I'll give you freedom, which means let us be ready, let us be prepared to sacrifice our life for the cause of freedom, no matter even if we have to give our blood. In 1944 January, he, along with his troop, they came and conquered Kohima, Manipur, Bishnupur, Imphal, and some other places as well. But however, in 18 August 1945, Subhash Chandra Bose flew to an unknown destination, and after which he never returned back. Next, we have Lord Mountbatten, arrival of Lord Mountbatten. In 1946, Lord Mountbatten arrived in Delhi amid a buzz of political activity. After World War II, the British seemed keen to wash their hands off India. All right. So after the World War, there were two World War. One is the first, that is 1914 to 1918, and the second World War, 1939 to 1945. So when the second World War ended in the year 1945, after that 1946, Lord Mountbatten comes in India. And during those days, India got independence in 15 August 1947. So lots of political activities were going on. Amid all those political activities, Lord Mountbatten arrives, and it seems like, after the Second World War, the Britishers, they were interested to wash off their hands from India. Now comes one of the most important topic, that is the partition of India, and also the last topic. With this, we will end this chapter. It was one of the worst movement of people in recent history after that of the Jews in the World War II. If you want to know more about the Jews, you will come to know about in class 9, 10, Nazism, where Hitler, rose to power and all. How did he torture, kill the Jewish people? So our partition was just next after the torture of the Jewish people. It was so, you can say, catastrophic. Our nation was dismembered. On 15th August 1947, India became free, but the country was divided in two parts, that is India and Pakistan. India kept its trust with destiny. Midnight bore it the precious gift of freedom. Following an announcement on August 14, 1947, Pakistan became the other independent country. At midnight, Lord Mountbatten administered the oath to Jawaharlal Nehru as the first Prime Minister of India. Lord Mountbatten took down the Union Jack from the ramparts of the Red Fort and the national flag of India. Union Jack is actually the national flag of the British as Britain. The Red Fort and the national flag of India began to fly in its place. India got its complete independence from the British rule and gave its citizens a free country. India became a free country, but at the cost of division of the country into two parts. It broke the hearts of millions across the border. The divide and rule policy of the British had been successful in dividing the Hindus and Muslims. India has been an independent country for more than 60 years now. It has fought wars and faced terrorism but still remains strong and united. In this lies the uniqueness of a country, that is unity in diversity. Nothing much with regard to the partition, as you're just class 5. A detail of this you'll find in class 12, 12 pole science, when it comes to the partition of India. Way more to go, 7 years more. So for now, just an introduction of the partition, a small preface you can say. We know that we got independence in 15 August 1947, but however, even though we got freedom, we got independence, but we had to pay a huge cost for it. That is, our country got divided into two parts, India and Pakistan. And the independence also led to an announcement, the announcement of the formation of another country, that is Pakistan, in August 14, 1947. And it was, as I told you, the last Viceroy General of the British government, Lord Mountbatten. He administered the oath of the Jawaharlal Nehru, who was the first Prime Minister of our country. And he was the one who took down the national flag of Britain, that is the Union Jack, from the ramparts of the Red Fort, and in place of which Indian's national flag was placed in its place. And from then, India got complete independence, freedom from the British rule, and a country was gifted to the citizen of our a free independent country, you can say, was gifted to the citizen of our country. But however, even though we got freedom, as I told you in the beginning only, we had to pay a huge cost. Similarly, millions of hearts broke as because of the divide and rule policy. And the Britishers, they were successful in their target. Britishers, they were very good in making policies when they ruled us. Every now and then they will make one or the other policies which benefits them, not us. This was one of the policy, divide and rule. That was their intention. That's what they wanted to do, and they did. They successfully did so. No matter we got independence, but we are divided, right? One country got divided into two. That too on the basis of Hindus and Muslims. Now it had been more than 60 years. 1947. This is what, 2021. Now more than 60 years. And yes, we came across, we fought lots of wars, we have faced lots of terrorism, but still we stand strong, we are united. And that is the uniqueness of our country. In spite of so many different religious culture, tradition, customs we have in our country, we all stand as together as one. That is what is called unity in diversity. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. There are some facts, some pieces of information for your knowledge in page number 116 on the right hand side. On top, if you see, there's a blue box. Amazing fact. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel was born in a peasant family. He worked in fields with his father and observed a day-long fast twice a month. This provided him nerves of steel and hence known as Iron Man of India. Another piece of information, page 117 on the right hand side. On top, there's a box called Do You Know? The Indian government had estimated that about 14.5 million people would be displaced during the partition. It caused the largest mass migration in human history. All right, there are some key points in page number 118, which is titled Let's Keep in Mind. And then we have the exercise. Exercise, you'll get it in the campus care, all the exercise, okay? And please go through the text. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. Study well, everyone. God bless you all.